Hey everybody, it's Tony the Blacksmithing Gamer, and here we do everything from blacksmithing to 3D printing to bring the things inside the video games into the real world. This week, the PlayStation 5 and Godfall came out, and we decided to make the Eclipse. Let's get started. I'll show you how we made it.
Forged of pure sun steel and cast in twilight, crafted as the stars rise, ascend with the celestial flame of Eclipse.
Alright, so we have all the pieces from the Eclipse from Godfall. So I still have to do a little bit of cleanup on them, but after that's all done, I will be assembling them all. What I'll be using for that is the two-part epoxy that I always use. I get it at the local dollar store. Nothing too crazy. And with all the pieces together, we will start the paint job. I'm doing something a little bit different this week. Stay tuned for that. And yeah, let's get to cleaning this up and assembling it. So we're in the shop. We're dry fitting the handle to the hilt, and I thought it was actually the this part of the hilt. Unfortunately, it turns out it's actually the handle. I'll try to make the adjustments before I release the model out to the world, but basically what I did, I forgot to trim this up so that it actually fits in here properly. So I'm going to use the old grinder and just trim this up manually, and then it should fit. I'll glue it together and away we go. You don't have to, well, you shouldn't have to worry about this because I'll do the edit before I release the model for you guys. So stay tuned. So we got the handle and the hilt together. Next is the blade portion of things. So let's mix up some epoxy and get this glued. Actually, I'm going to glue the blade portions of things first. And now that the blades are on, finally, we got the last piece on. Let's glue it on. So we got the Eclipse up hanging. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding and just a little bit of grinding with the Dremel just to make sure it's looking a lot better. There's a few spots that I still have to sand down, so before I give it a first coat of paint, I'm going to hit it with the Dremel. Alright, so one fun thing about the Eclipse I noticed is that it has a really cool Damascus pattern. Now obviously, I haven't been doing much blacksmithing lately, personal reasons really, but with the 3D print we want to actually make it look like the Damascus pattern with paint. Never tried this before, so it might work, it might not. You let me know with the finished product how it looks, but the base coat has to be black or whatever pattern you want it to be. I think black is going to look the best, and we'll show you the next steps after this base coat dries. Okay, so for this next step, what we're going to need is some chrome. This one's pretty empty. I got another one right here. So we got some chrome, a garbage bag, and a pre-painted black Eclipse sword. So this is going to be a little trial. Basically, I'm just going to give it a nice thick coat of paint, and then you'll see what happens. I'm going to be working in here for a bit. I want to make sure I have my rebreather. Alright, so we got the Eclipse all painted up. Let's do the detail work with the acrylic paints. Got the first coat on. So, a few things about the Eclipse from Godfall here. It is 3D printed, obviously. It came, well, in terms of prints, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prints. So, the pommel is one, the handle. I really like the handle, even though it's super not comfortable. Like, practically, this would be awful on your hands if you're actually battling with it. That being said, it looks really cool, which, well, as for a weapon I'm not going to be battling with, it works for me. I really like the hilt. It's a super cool design. I feel like I could have done a little bit more detailed work on the edges here. I noticed after there's a few little intricate designs on the side of the hilt here, but hopefully you like it. I really dig how the Damascus paint job went. Let me know what you think of this technique where you just kind of spray paint it and then wrap it with a garbage bag and it comes out looking something like this. I'd really dig it. It doesn't, you know, as in terms of a real Damascus pattern, probably not a real Damascus pattern. That being said, it makes it look pretty close to it, and I kind of like the look of it. It's a weathered kind of look to it. So either way, Thanks again for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button down there below. Or if you want to follow me on any of these social media websites, you can get daily updates on the projects I'm working on. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tony, the Blacksmithing Gamer, where every week we're making things from the games we love.